really one of the first collaborations, and it was you with Wayo, indirectly, and kind of here was this thing, and it was kind of being developed, and that's the song that was kind of there even right before the Dream Away.
Yeah.
You know, at that crossroad again, you know, of where we started working on that song.
Yeah, when we started this project, as we've mentioned in other segments, there was a melding of Treason, Yes, and Merkaba. But in the case of that, speaking from being the Treason initial representative, previous versions of Treason, the vocalist Brian Mikulski was my writing partner on the very first debut of Treason. On the second version of Treason, Heart's Sue Ennis, the lyricist for Anne and Nancy, was my writing partner on that. And when I came in to work with this group of people, wasn't quite sure who the writing partners, who were going to be the dominant writers, how was it going to work, which was the voice that appealed to the players. Rick Hogan, as we had mentioned, was the absolute driving force behind Merkaba. I mean, it was his life, his passion, and you can hear Rick Hogan on Origins. I mean, that is the voice of Rick Hogan. So when we started, I owned the recording studio that we decided to work. Steve had one as well. I tend to be a workaholic. I don't ever stop. Sometimes I don't sleep. Mm-hmm. I just start and barrel, and a couple of years might pass by. That tends to be me. So I started working on songs. I wrote Shine, the music behind it, with a conscious effort to break free from the type of writing and the voice that had been my natural go-to in Treason. So I wanted something very different, and it started off with very much of this Spanish guitar, acoustic feeling, which is something that I had never written before. This was the first record that I wrote completely on guitar, and it felt fitting to start off on acoustic guitar. I wasn't sure who I was going to write with. Steve Boyce was the one who suggested that, give Rick Hogan a call and see what happens. So Rick came down, we started working on it. I was playing him the music, and we started working on lyrics. He came up with bits. I think I wrote the second verse lyrically. We traded off lines in the chorus. There was just this kind of back and forth between it, and both Rick and I felt really pretty good about it. It's an oddball song in my life, in that it's not a typical voice that I write in. It's not a typical place that I go to. It's not typical in the White catalog either. Even the stuff that's on Origins has got a little more fleshed out, fuller feeling. This one is much more light. It's acoustic guitars and orchestra, really. A little bit of Hammond in there. Really cool drums that Alan White brought in. That snare sound I happen to love that. Steve brought in this kind of a reggae kind of thing on the bass, which just really set this up as a really nice, lilting, almost danceable kind of a song, and light. So that's kind of how that thing started. Rick Hogan did a great job on the lyrics, and that's how it kind of went. And the thing that happened to be great about having Rick write is that Rick and Kevin had decades of work together. So Rick wrote with Kevin in mind, and it was a song that Kevin could really get behind. He felt really comfortable when we first did it. There really was no issues. Kevin went on to write the rest of the record and the lyrics, and there was a change, but that is somewhat of an anomaly, but it comes from a really fantastic, good spot. I have great memories with that song.
Yeah, it was, and it's an easy-going song. Anytime I listen to it, it's magic. It fits in.
See it shine bright before your eyes.